So can you just tell me your name and title, please?
Eric Lynn. I'm a candidate for State House District 68 in St. Petersburg.
Why are you running?
I'm running because I believe that we need someone who shares the St. Petersburg values that I grew up with in Tallahassee, to make sure that we could stand up for an appropriate education, not just for some students, but for all students. And I've been inspired by President Barack Obama, and of course by our former representative here, Peter Wallace, who was our last Speaker of the House from Pinellas County.
And you were originally running for Congress, but you decided to go into the State House race. What was that decision like?
Well, Representative Dwight Dudley surprised everyone here in the community by announcing that he wasn't going to seek re-election for the State House. And at that point, as I mentioned earlier, people like Speaker Peter Wallace and others around the community asked me if I would run to ensure that we could keep the strong St. Petersburg democratic values in Tallahassee, as Peter Wallace did and Dwight Dudley did. And I'm really happy to be in this race to be able to fight for the values that people in Pinellas County believe in.
Some of the legislators, Democratic legislators in the House, are trying to get a special session on gun legislation. If you were in the House now, would you prefer a special session? And if so, what would you like to happen in it?
Well, first, let me say that I am a supporter of gun control. I believe that we need to pass laws here in Florida to ensure that guns do not get into the wrong hands. We've had a horrible massacre in Orlando, but unfortunately it's not the first. We have seen mass shooting after mass shooting after mass shooting. And here in Florida, we still have gun show sales and internet sales for people without background checks. There's ways that we can fix that. A special session is one way to start. And I, for one, believe that the way that you chip away at a problem is by starting with one step at a time, not by people saying we can't fix anything because the whole problem is too big to fix. Let's work on it the way that I did when I was working in Washington in President Obama's administration, one step at a time.
And finally, what other words do you have for our listeners?
Well, I'd like to tell you how inspired I am by the people of St. Petersburg, and that I look forward to representing you in Tallahassee and fighting for strong education for all of our children, making sure that we can protect women's health and women's choice, and making sure that everybody in St. Petersburg, Pinellas County, and the state of Florida gets treated fairly and equally.
All right, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.